Stas23 here. In today's Knife Therapy, I have 5 guided sharpening systems for pretty much anybody's budget and some of my favorites. And we're going to get started. First up, this one is from WorkSharp. I think pretty much all these are from WorkSharp because I love their products. And you can see this one is well loved and used. And this is just an excellent drop in a backpack, carry around, because I use a large guided sharpening system that I couldn't carry around. So this is just a convenient, easy to carry, and it has everything in one little package. I love touching up my edges on this. And what this is a $30 sharpener from WorkSharp. It's called the WorkSharp Guided Field Sharpener. You have 20-degree angle guides on both sides right here and both sides right there. You have 2 diamond plates. One is a coarse 220 grit, and the fine is a 600 grit diamond plate. And then right here, there's a ceramic rod with different positions. You can turn this. As you can see, it's got the fine. Right here, it's just a smooth white ceramic. Then if you turn it to the coarse side, it's ribbed for her. No, it's ribbed for like a more coarse finish. And this is to hone your knife. And the angle guides on here are set at 25 degrees. And that's because it's setting a micro bevel. Now, if you don't want a micro bevel, you can maybe freehand it. You know, I just go ahead and put the micro bevel on just because it's easy for me. And then also you see the J right there. Really, that's a hook symbol. And they got a little channel that goes in here to sharpen your hooks. Then this little ceramic rod right here is to sharpen serrations. Not something I ever do. It's just, I'd rather buy another knife. These plates are removable if you need to wash them, clean them. I usually pop them out every now and again. You see mine's been out in my shop. Out in the garage. So it's got some funkiness right there. You can clean these off. Yep, mine's rusted there. I need a new one of these. I've been having this one for years. And also, it comes with a leather strap that's preloaded with green compound. And I'm not sure. I'm guessing these are 25-degree angles. It didn't really say, but I would guess being that if you put a 25-degree micro bevel on there, you'll want to strap at 25 degrees as well. And for anybody that doesn't know, you lay your primary grind on that edge angle and then slowly pull backwards. You don't want to go forward because you'll cut into the leather and you're not doing any good. Once you get to the end, I always lift my blade up so I don't roll over my edge or anything. But you can get some very, very nice edges on here. And they got little slots right here for you to hold it with your thumb to keep your hands out of the way whenever you're doing your sharpening. Very, very nice way to do it. And this is the one that I use for my folding knives because, it's a more compact system. But I love this little one. Very, very, very nice sharpener for 30 bucks. You can't really beat it. Number 2, we have the WorkSharp Pocket Sharpener. And this one, I think it's great for putting in an EDC pouch because it's nice and thin, very lightweight, and it fits in your, medium-sized Maxpedition pouches and stuff like that. If you have like a little EDC tool kit that you keep in your backpack or something. This one's nice. However, it doesn't have as much functionality as this one, but you can see the thickness difference. This one's a lot more bulky, and this one's a lot lighter. But if you need to touch up an edge out in the field, whenever I used to go hunting, this would have been perfect because I could bring this out in the woods just in case I had to field dress a deer or something. I would be able to touch up my edge if I needed to. This one right here comes with 20-degree guided angles right here. It's a 320 grit diamond plate on this side, so it's a coarse plate. Definitely, it's going to leave you a rougher edge, but you can get a nice edge at 320 grit. Now, I will say all these sharpeners, when you first get them, you're going to want to get a cheapo knife and sharpen it a few times just to break in the diamonds because whenever they're brand new, they're really, really aggressive. You want to kind of smooth them out a little bit to make the scratch pattern more consistent. And then once you get done with the 320, you flip it over here. And once again, they're giving you a micro bevel at 25 degrees. the ceramic rod. It's a white fine ceramic rod, and there's only one position on there. You might be able to, let me see. I don't know if there's a way to turn this around or not. I just clean it. I usually take an eraser and clean it off like that. It usually gets most of the shavings off. But really cool one. You could hook it you could put a little key ring around there and hook it to the outside of a backpack. This one's going to run you $15, so nice budget-friendly one. You know, if you don't want to shell out $15 more for this one. Number 3, we have the Worksharp Benchtop Angle Set Sharpener, and this is in collaborations with Ken Onion, and I like this one because of the compact nature of it. It comes with a little storage case like this, so it's all closed up. You're not going to get any dust or debris in here. This one also stays in my garage, and yeah, it's nice. It's got little rubber feet on the bottom of there, so it's not going to slide around whenever you're doing your sharpening. That's one thing that I wish my Spyderco Sharp Maker had, is some rubber feet there, because if you don't screw this one down into something, it wants to slide if you're not holding on to it. So all you do is open this up like this, and it's kind of like the Sharp Maker, the way it's kind of set up. So as you can see, it neatly stores in here into place. These are magnets that stick to the metal rods right here. And this one right here is going to run you $50. Comes with a 320 grit and a 600 grit diamond plate on here, and a fine ceramic plate on this side. You get the storage case, the magnetized settings on here. Your degree settings are, you got a 15 degree, a 17.5 degree, a 20 degree, a 22.5 degree, and a 25 degree. Now that's why I like this one a lot too, because of the versatility of the angles, unlike the Sharp Maker where you only have 2 angle sets. I think it's like 30 and 40 degrees inclusive. This one has a wide variety of angles, and all you do is say you want to go to your 15 degree angle, you put this one here and this one here, and keep these like this. You want to stay perpendicular to the stone, because the stone's already at the angle. So you go straight down the stone. You go one side back, like, let me show you with this one. You go down, then come over, and then go down. And you're going to want to pull a burr on both sides, just like all the rest of the sharpeners. My favorite thing to do is take a Sharpie and color in this primary edge bevel. Color it completely where the edge bevel is black from Sharpie marker. And when you make your pass, you want to make sure you're removing all the Sharpie. That means you're at the right edge angle. That is the most important thing. If you're not at the right edge angle, you could be there for a long time if you're not trying to reprofile that edge. It also comes with this little, as you can see, it's stored in here. It's a little ceramic rod for sharpening serrations, and all you do is set it right there, and do the same thing at whatever angle you set this at. Put your serrations in there and slide it down. Now, that's not something I'll ever do, but if you want to give it a go, you know, I'm sure you could do a decent touch-up. Now, anytime you're working with the ceramic stones on the Sharp Maker or on this, you're basically honing the edge. That just means you're cleaning it up and you're straightening it out. Like your edge bevel at the apex could be like this, and what you're trying to do is make it to where it's perfectly at a V. Because the closer you have it at a perfect V like this, the sharper that edge is going to be. You want to refine that edge as much as possible. And like I said, the thing I love the most is how compact it is, and all the different settings with 3 different stones. You can really, you know, get a really nice edge with this. And once again, you definitely want to break in these stones so they're not, you know, you don't have any large diamond particles sticking up, you know, causing some large scratches. So what you do is you take the little hole slot right here, slide it into here. That way, it's not going to move on you at all, and then you let the magnets do the rest of the work, and then you can close this up. Whenever you're sharpening, you can remove these completely if you don't want them there. You go about halfway to the halfway point. Let's see. I'm trying to do this behind the camera. Yeah, you just do it like that, and you can remove these, and then if you want to put them back on, you just, yeah, not the easiest thing to do behind the camera. So that one stores up nice and neat. and I can put it up in my garage again. Number 4, we have the WorkSharp guided sharpening system. This one's a really nice benchtop system if you want to have you know, something on the bench. I like this one for my fixed blades because you have the bigger diamond plate than the rest of them that I've shown y'all. This one's 6 inches long, and I think it's maybe 2 inches wide. It's wider than this one, as you can see there. You have a coarse 320 grit diamond plate right here that once you pull your burr on there, you can pull this plate off, and then you can add your fine 600 grit diamond plate very easily. They got those little holes right there, locks into place. And you have 2 different angle settings. As you can see right here, you have a 20-degree angle setting. You just put your knife up against there like this, do your pass. And if you want to do a 17-degree, these things are magnetized. You just pull it over, flip it, and there you go. You have a 17-degree edge. Do both sides like that. And another cool thing that this one has is called its pivot. What is it? Pivot response system. So right now, this plate is locked into place. It's not going to go either way, but this little piece right here, this right here is magnetized. You can slide it this way, and now this thing will pivot, and that's good for knives with deep bellies like this. So whenever you're, let me see, try to do this in my hand. Usually I do this on the bench. So when you're coming down, whenever you're going to the side, let's see if I can show you this like this. When you get into that end, see how this moves with you with the natural movement of your hand. It might be able to show you better on this side. Yeah, see how it just turned like that? So makes it cool. So you don't have to use it like that. You could always lock it if you did not like that, the way it felt or something. That's super cool. Then once you get done with your fine stones, you can remove this. You want to have this unlocked when you remove this. Set this aside, and then you have this big fine ceramic stones. As you see, it's got a little turn wheel right here. You take this and put it in the little slot like that. Snaps into place, and then you have your edge angles right here. Again, 25 degrees. You go ahead and do your passes, however many passes you want to do there. It has a little guide to show you all that stuff. I'll show you all in a minute. And then this one has a fine side, and you can turn it. It has that coarse side, and then turn it right here, and you have that groove for your hooks as well on this one. So this one's really cool. This one's going to run you $60, and I think it's a pretty interesting. I like how you have 2 different settings right here instead of just the 20-degree setting. Here's what they give you in there. Here's some pause and read, some best techniques right here, helpful hints. If you want to pause and read this, and you can get sold separately an extra coarse 220 grit diamond, extra fine 800 grit, and a leather strap kit. I'll probably eventually get all that as well. That's really cool. And then here it shows you what kind of knife you're sharpening, what you should be doing, and all that good stuff. Let's see, I'll kind of bring this side up, and then the angles. Now this is just, you don't have to follow this. This is just there, what they recommend. And there you go, 3-year warranty on here. And then this just shows you how to set it up. But I think it's pretty self-explanatory once you get it out. And lastly is the WorkSharp Precision Adjust System. This is probably my favorite of the bunch, and for a lot of reasons. This is a fixed angle system as well, and it just makes it a lot quicker than the rest of those, and you get a lot more precise edge angle with this one, at least for me with the poor dexterity in my hands. So what you do is clamp the knife in here. I have a full review on this, so I'll have the review to this one down below. But I have gifted one of these to my brother. He loves it. This one stays in my garage. As you can see, it's nice and messy. Once you have this clipped in there, you can either pull this out and flip the blade around, or you can push this right here. If you don't feel like doing that, you can push that and turn it. But I usually just pull it out because my hand strength's not the best. You have different edge angles where you can screw this up and down. Once the knife is clamped in there, you have this guide rod that's magnetized in there. You have your knife in there. You do your little sharpening. Get your burr at your coarse 320 grit diamond. Then you swap it over to your 600 grit diamond. Get your burr on both sides. I start doing alternate strokes to start to remove that burr once I get to the 600. And then your final step is your fine ceramic, and you can slowly start removing. I usually do like one pass like this, flip it, one pass like that until I no longer have a burr. So there you go. That is the 5 guided sharpening systems that pretty much fit anybody's budget. They're excellent sharpeners, and I have a lot of use on all of them, except this one is my newest. I've only sharpened a few knives on it, but I do like it a whole lot. So if you have any questions, comments, concerns, please leave down below. I hope everybody's having an absolute amazing day. I will see y'all on the next one. Peace.